Can you go to jail for a Facebook post or get sued for 50 million baht? Let's find out. Hello!
This is an online defamation case between Sorragrit and Ms.Rukchanok.
I am the narrator.
I am a poster.
I'm the corrupted politician.
And I am a law student.
This is so unfair. A minister who came from election fraud. Unbelievable. I'm just gonna post it.
What is this? This is not true. I will take legal action. This is damaging my reputation.
This case is based on a real situation in Thailand. A public figure filed a complaint after being accused online of election fraud. The post was public, meaning anyone could see it. And now, the person who posted it may face both criminal charges and a civil lawsuit worth millions. So, what are the legal issues here?
First, defamation. If you say something that harms another person with reputation, you may be breaking the law. Second, the Computer Crime Act. If you post false information online that cause damage, it can also be illegal.
And finally, freedom of expression. How far can you go when criticizing someone online?
Not everyone's opinion is illegal. You can criticize someone, especially public figures. But if the information is false and damaging, it may become defamation.
And even if you delete the post later,
The offense may already be complete.
so is this fair?
I was just expressing my opinion.
But you accused me of something serious without proof.
People should be allowed to speak freely.
But false accusations can destroy someone's reputation.
So, what can we learn from this case?
First, think before you post.
Second, always check your facts.
And avoid making serious accusations without facts.
Because one post can have serious consequences.
So, think before you post.
Now let's take a closer look at the law behind this case. Our content will include fact, legal issue, relevant law analysis, and recommendation. Let's begin with the key facts of the case. On the 12th of February 2026, Ms.Rukchanok posted statements on her personal Facebook account. In those posts, she referred to Mr.Suchart as a minister who came from election fraud, and also used the term "a lucky person," which was interpreted as insulting. Following these events, legal action was taken on the 26th of February 2026. The legal representative filed two main actions. First, a criminal complaint was filed, including charges of defamation and violation of the Computer Crime Act. Second, a civil lawsuit is being prepared seeking 50 million baht in damages. This claim is based on the argument that the statements cause serious harm to reputation and public trust. However, the lawyer also emphasized that the purpose of this action is not to silence criticism, but to protect personal honor.
Moving on to the core of the matter, let's look at the legal issues surrounding the case between Mr.Suchart and Ms.Rukchanok. This case is a significant example of how Thai law handles online political expression. There are three main legal pillars involved. First, defamation. In this case, the court had to decide if Ms. Rukchanok's social media posts, which accused Mr. Suchart of certain political maneuvers, actually harmed his reputation. Under Thai law, presenting false statements as facts is illegal. However, if a statement is proven to be the truth or a fair opinion on a public figure, it can serve as a legal defense. Second, the Computer Crime Act. This is a critical point. The prosecution agreed that posting and sharing such content online constitutes inputting false information into a computer system. As you can see on the slide, even just reposting or sharing misleading content can carry a high legal risk in Thailand. Lastly, the tension between freedom of expression and reputation. This case raises the ultimate question: can we criticize politicians freely while Thai law protects free speech? It is not unlimited. The law attempts to balance the public interest in transparency with an individual's right to protect their personal reputation. To give you more context from recent developments, the criminal court initially sentenced Ms.Rukchanok to 6 years in prison without parole for her post. This verdict sparked a massive public debate about the severity of punishment for online repression. It highlights that the digital footprint we leave behind can have very real, life-changing legal consequences.
Next is the relevant laws behind this case. Basically, there are two main laws involved: defamation and the Computer Crime Act. First, let's talk about defamation. Defamation happens when someone says or communicates something that damages another person's reputation. Importantly, this can lead to both criminal charges and civil liability. So, in simple terms, you could go to court and you might also have to pay compensation. Next is the Computer Crime Act. This law applies when someone puts false information into a computer system, like posting online. If that information causes damage to another person, it can be considered illegal. And this includes social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. In this situation, the statement was posted online and made public. This means it could be considered both defamation and a violation of the Computer Crime Act, because the information may damage someone's reputation and was shared publicly.
This analysis explores the current state of defamation law in Thailand as of early 2026, focusing on its application by public figures and the legislative efforts to curb its misuse. Talking about defamation as a weaponized tool, the law offense in Thailand, defamation is both civil and a criminal crime. This allows for both prison time and massive fines. Moving on to the slap suits, the powerful figure is likely to use strategic lawsuits against the public participation to silence the critics through legal costs and intimidation, rather than seeking the actual justice. Moving on to the massive financial claims, there is a new trend of seeking extreme compensation that has been emerged, such as the 50 million baht lawsuit that is filed by Deputy Prime Minister Suchart against the Member of Parliament Ms.Rukchanok, which we use that case as an example case. Also, talking about the current legal landscape, there has been over 2,600 cases that is filed between 2015 and 2020, with number continuing to rise alongside political tension. Moreover, there is a political breakdown since around 2020. The protests, defamation law are frequently repaired with the Computer Crime Act, which caused nearly 2,000 people face the prosecution for political expression.
To conclude our presentation, we have developed 3 key recommendations based on our analysis of this case. First, exercise caution. Everyone should be extremely careful when posting or even commenting online. Second, verify before sharing. Always verify information from multiple reliable sources before making or sharing serious accusations. Fact-checking is your best defense against unintentionally breaking the Computer Crime Act. Third, legal reform for balance. Lastly, we believe the legal system should continue to evolve to find a killer balance. We need a framework that protects the reputation of individuals but also ensures that their freedom of speech, essential for a healthy democracy, is not suppressed. Thank you for listening.